Best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world.
I have great respect for Fee, and I think she made a lot of...
WNBA warning. It was one of the most exciting days in league history. Finally speaking out about Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, Caitlin Clark's revelations are heartbreaking. Engelbert's career can end abruptly as a result. Caitlin is receiving tremendous support from athletes, fans, and prominent media personalities including Dave Portnoy, Christine Brennan, and Stephen Smith. Share #Justice for Clark and let the league know that the world is watching if you think justice needs to be done. After today, the WNBA will never go back to business as usual. You shouldn't act that way, and she should. The WNBA is in disarray, and Commissioner Cathy Engelbert's career may have taken a fatal hit thanks to Caitlin Clark. However, what exactly did she say? Let's dissect it. We must first go back to the beginning of it all. Collier revealed a shocking revelation at her farewell interview a few days ago. She bravely spoke with Commissioner Engelbert in private, and what she disclosed shocked the league. Collier claims that Engelbert informed her that Caitlin Clark need to be appreciative of the league. That remark has now sparked a controversy, and Clark's answer has only increased the commissioner's already intolerable pressure. This story is far from over, and the entire WNBA world is watching.
Engelbert needs to resign.
This is the dumbest league run by absolute morons. I've been saying it forever.
You don't act like that! You don't act like that!
And it didn't end there. Nafisa went so far as to reveal that Engelbert allegedly stated that other players ought to be on their knees, appreciative of what the commissioner has done for them. Is it even possible to say something like that? Comments of this nature have just fueled the flames. And now that Caitlin Clark has spoken out, the criticism of Engelbert is intensifying. Moreover,
Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make any.
this was quite shocking. Here's why it's important. Nafisa is not your typical player. She is among the most esteemed stars in the league.
People listen to her when she speaks.
Furthermore, what she disclosed is quite significant. The internet went crazy as soon as this news was released. Everyone is going crazy, coaches, players, and fans. Social media is ablaze. Additionally, the opposition to Engelbert is only getting stronger.
And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't.
Even more bizarre is the fact that the WNBA itself had to intervene, and their unexpected comment regarding the entire issue was not surprising.
They made more money in college than most of your teams combined. They should be grateful. No, you should be.
One Music. Individual remained utterly silent while everyone else was arguing and going crazy. Clark, Caitlin. Up till now, not a single word. It's possible that she was waiting for the ideal, most potent moment to attack because Cathy Engelbert's response simply collapsed, thereby ending her career. Let's first examine Cathy's response to Nafisa's shocking revelation before moving on to what Caitlin said. She made a brief, almost icy statement. Although she respects Nafisa Collier, she expressed disappointment with the way their private chat was reported. That's all. No justification, no apology, just those.
NBA also issued a statement. They said Nafisa Collier is an outstanding leader and officer of this union. When Fee speaks, people listen. We are confident that her words today speak to the feelings and experiences of many, if not most, of our members. The leaders of the league and its teams would benefit from listening to her.
This is the juicy bit that everyone is talking about. The fact that Cathy answered at all almost proves the conversation was genuine, even if her remark didn't actually address the problem. In other words, Nafisa's statement is accurate. The internet went into yet another frenzy over that alone. Cathy Engelbert is now being brutally questioned about how she was able to make such blatantly offensive comments about every athlete in the league, not just Caitlin Clark. The pressure is increasing like never before, and the backlash is unrelenting.
Kathy Engelbert's statement back to Napheesa Collier. She said, "I have the utmost respect for Napheesa Collier and for all the players in the WNBA. Together, we have all worked tirelessly to transform this league. My focus remains on ensuring a bright future for the players and the WNBA, including collaborating on how we continue to elevate the game. I am disheartened by how Napheesa characterized our conversations and league leadership, but even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this work will not waver." There's no answers in this. I get it. I think this is just an immediate knee-jerk reaction, just trying to say, like, I'm disappointed with how she painted me, but there's no solution.
Caitlin Clark eventually spoke up at a time when the league was already at a breaking point. She addressed Kathy Engelbert with her response. And everyone had been anticipating this moment. Caitlin appeared on TV for the first time in weeks while recuperating from her injuries during her exit interview, which took place immediately after her team was eliminated from the semifinals. Nobody anticipated what she disclosed. She first made it clear that she was hurt. It wasn't what everyone believed. Her ankle was the problem. The reason for her extended absence has finally been revealed, thanks to Caitlin.
Be grateful for the money that they're getting. They should be on their knees thanking the... What? What? And that's the response that you give? What kind of defense is that? Was she lying? Kathy Engelbert? Did you say that about Caitlin Clark?
That wasn't all, though. Caitlin addressed the Napheesa-Kathy private conversation that rocked the league as soon as she recovered from her injury. And you know what? She didn't hesitate. She stated candidly that Napheesa raised many excellent points. The WNBA was rocked by that statement alone.
What's the status of your health right now, and what specifically injury-wise between the ankle and the groin was it that prevented you from coming back this year?
Yeah, honestly, I've been working really hard to get back to full health, and I feel like probably over these last couple of weeks is when I've probably started feeling my best. Obviously, my ankle kind of didn't allow me to really see where my...
At first, Caitlin responded calmly and precisely, just like a professional athlete would. However, she then said something that struck a deep chord. She left no room for doubt by stating unequivocally that Napheesa's arguments were entirely true.
And it wasn't the end.
The very next question hit even deeper. Was all the massive money she's getting truly attributable to the WNBA? Caitlin's response, let's just say it was completely satisfactory, shutting down the question with confidence and precision.
To see after Napheesa's comments and what she alleged that Kathy Engelbert had said specifically about you, what your thoughts were on that, and have a follow-up.
Well, I mean, first of all, I have great respect for Fee, and I think she made a lot of very valid points. And, I think what people need to understand, we need great leadership in this time across all levels. This is straight up the most important moment in this league's history. This league's been around for 25 plus years, and this is a moment we have to...
Caitlin made it clear the league has to evolve. True to her nature, her answer was careful and measured, but the internet immediately zoomed in on two hot questions. Is Caitlin making money because of the WNBA, or is the WNBA making money because of Caitlin? And right at that moment, Christine Brennan dropped an absolute shocker in her CNN interview, sending the conversation and the league into even more chaos. Honestly, the remark was the perfect comeback to Kathy Engelbert's haughty claim that Caitlin should be grateful to the league. But it gets much more surprising. Caitlin revealed she had never even heard Engelbert's alleged remark until Napheesa spoke up. And get this, Engelbert hasn't even sought out to Caitlin personally about it. The silence says volumes, and the backlash is just escalating.
So that's honestly what I would say. I think there's, Fee said it all with what she said. And, I think the points she made were
pretty, as a player, obviously skyrocketed when you were in college and you had a lot of NIL opportunities and stuff. So I guess when you heard that, what was your reaction? Because it came off a little dismissive to your own brand and your own individual brand power, I guess.
These kids and what they're making in college these days is pretty insane. It's honestly probably more than what I made. Obviously, a lot has changed even since I've graduated. So I'm not 100% up to date on the exact numbers of what college kids are making. But obviously I was very fortunate after my freshman year of college. That's when I began working with, different brands and began working with Nike. And, everybody knows my first NIL deal was with Hy-Vee, the greatest grocery chain of all time, based in Des Moines, Iowa, baby. So best chocolate long johns around. But, I think that's the way in which, people, young women are coming into this league now with that type of, I don't even want to say it's money, but they're beginning to build their brands in college and then they're bringing that to the WNBA. So I think that's just a way in which the league has changed.